Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. DOS here, and welcome back to another video. The second to last Animal Crossing ranking video. Well, I guess technically third, because I would probably make my own tier list to rank all villagers I have at S tier. So today we are going to be ranking the normal villagers. We are leaving Peppy for the final tier list because Peppy has my absolute favorite villager of all time, Audie, in it. So I think, considering my channel really came to be because of Audie, I figure it's only fair that I have her personality type be the last one that I do. So today we are doing the normal villagers. So these are all the women, the females. So I actually wasn't aware of this, so some people said in the comments and past tier lists that specific villager types are specific genders. So from the looks of it, we have a ton of really good villagers in the normal archetype. So it's going to be really, really tough, but let's get into this. We're starting off with Alice the Koala. For a koala, I really like Alice's design. I think it's a really, really good design, good colors, decent eye placement. I think the eyes could be a bit bigger and a little bit closer together. But I understand with the nose. I think because of the villagers in this personality type, I think Alice is going to go at a B tier. Up next, we have Annalisa, the Anteater. I'm not a huge fan of Anteaters. I do think Annalisa is one of the better ones. The eye is a bit too small for me. The color palette's okay. It's a little bit plain, but because of that, I'm going to put it at C tier. I still think Annalisa is a really good villager. I think I think she works as an Anteater. It's just with all the villagers in this archetype, I gotta be a little bit more harsh. Like with Aurora. Aurora is another really cute villager. Aurora is basically the female version of Brawl. Chubby, big dinner plate eyes, except they're black hole voids. I'm gonna give Aurora a B tier. Again, because there's just so many good villagers in here. Next up, we have Ava. I have a soft spot for Ava. Ava was one of the first villagers that moved onto my island, like the first 3 that you have to build habitats for. Aurora's a pretty decent looking, not Aurora. Ava is a pretty decent looking picture. I am all tongue tied today. It's hot. It's hot today. Ava is a good looking chicken, but a basic looking chicken. Nothing super special. Nothing super like amazing, so I'm gonna put Ava at a B tier. It's still a good villager. Next up, we have it's either B, Bay, or Bia, the dog. I really like the face of this dog. The eyes are the perfect size and shape. The mouth is a fantastic shape. I like the muzzle. The colors are a bit boring and a bit basic, but I really like this design. Because of that, B tier all the way. Next up, we have Bertha the Hippo. I think Bertha works. The eyes are a decent shape. They work for what Bertha is, like just the black with the little white spot. The color palette's unique for a hippo. It's a nice blue, like a aqua blue with a darker blue for the hair, with some pink to like counteract. It's like a cotton candy color. I think Bertha's also a B. It looks like we're gonna get a lot of B's and A's for this personality type. I'm trying to be a bit more harsh. Next up, we have Bettina the mouse. I think Bettina's a C tier. I'm not a huge fan of the mice. I don't like the colors of Bettina. The eyes are okay, but it's mainly the color palette that's throwing me off. It's just too Cheeto, I would say. If it was like a It was maybe like a duller orange, like a pastel orange, I'd be more okay with it, but it's just too much for me. Next up, we have... Ooh, it should be Bliss. Bliss looks like a tomato squirrel, but I really like... The colors are a bit thrown off, but I love her face. The eyes are just a nice shape and color. They go really well for a happy mouth and everything. I love the flower that she has. She's like a beach, like, valley girl, kind of like Audie. I'm gonna give Bliss a B. The colors are just a bit, it's just a bit too Cheeto-y for me as well, but the face works a lot more for my taste. If it was like a lighter orange, like you can see, this is even a darker orange than Bettina right here. If it was like a lighter orange, more of a pastel color, I would put Bliss up to A. After Bliss, we have another squirrel, Callie. I'm not a huge fan of the eyes, but Callie just looks really good. The color palette's a bit basic, and again, I don't really like the eye shape, but I do like the big rosy cheeks. I love the little ribbon, little bow. The outfit's really good as well. I'm gonna give Bliss a B as well. Next up, we have Carrie the Kangaroo. Carrie's kind of basic. Really bright yellow. I'm gonna give Carrie a C. It's not a special kangaroo, nothing super nice. Next up, we have a villager I've never seen, Celia the Eagle. I really like this. I like the eyes. I also have another picture off this side, so if you're wondering, like, what the hell do I mean by the eyes? I have reference pictures of all the villagers as well. I like the eyes. I like the little, like, purplish pink cheeks. I love the green accents, and I love the clothes to go with her. There's not that much you can do for eagles, but I do love, like, how everything's put together. I think Celia is going to be our first A. I really like it. Next up, we have Chevre. I have no idea how to pronounce her name. The goat. I think this is an adorable adorable goat. I love the eyes. I love how the blue bounces off the white. I love the little pink freckles. I love the color of the hair bouncing off the white. A tier. A tier. I love it. Super great. Next up, we have Coco the rabbit. S tier. Absolutely. Coco's such a unique villager. Kind of a creepy one, but a villager I would absolutely take. I found her in my hunt for Audie, and I had to not accept her. Coco's an S tier. She's super unique, super different. She's not like just some basic villager that you can just imagine a rabbit would be. This is unique. After Coco, we have Daisy the dog. Daisy's color palette is interesting. The face is okay. I'm not a huge fan of these little tiny eyes on most villagers. Because of that, I'm gonna give Daisy a B. Dogs usually do a really good job. There's only very few dogs I don't really like. I think dogs and wolves are probably the best villager species. But I think Daisy is a solid B. Next up, we have Dina. I like everything about Dina except for the shade of green and the eyes. I think if the eyes were either a bit bigger or a bit lower, it would work really well. I'm like, for how the cheeks like play off of the green, the green doesn't doesn't bug me that much. But it's just not what I would like, and because of that, C tier. That doesn't mean that Dina's a bad villager. There's so many good ones in this personality type. Next up, we have Dora the Mouse. Not a fan of the eyes for Dora. I do like the color, a nice like powder white with a nice like sky blue, and like sky blue like actual like facial features and stuff like that. I don't know. I want to give Dora a B, but I don't like the eyes. I don't like how close together they are, and I don't like how small and high up they are. Dora's gonna go into C tier, but it's a very, very high C tier. Like, she borderline B. Like, it's like this. It's basically going back and forth. Next up, we have Ellie. Ellie is adorable. I think Ellie's an A tier. The color, well, for an elephant even, like, the color is a bit different. She's a bit of a plain Jane design, but it works. It works really well. Elephants have interesting interesting head shapes. And so the way that they positioned everything works really well. I love the Pac-Man eyes, works really well. The rosy pink cheeks, the pink snout, the little tuft of, like, bangs at the top work really well. There's, like, nothing I don't like about Ellie. Sometimes simplicity really works in the favor. Sometimes simplicity might hurt a villager because it's just too boring, too expected. Sometimes it works. And in Ellie's case, it works. Up next, we have Eunice the Sheep. I like the color palette. I like the navy blue with the pink and, like, the yellow and orange for the horns. The face is really good. I like this villager a lot. I'm going to give Eunice a B tier. It's a really good sheep. Sheep in general are just pretty good species for Animal Crossing. Next up, we have Fauna. Fauna is an A tier. Fauna is a cutie, one of the more like pretty villagers that you can find. Again, another like relatively basic design. This is what you would expect from a female deer, but it works. The only thing that's kind of unique is the eyes. The eyes are like a black circle, like a black ring with a white circle in the middle, and then two like eyelashes going down. But she works. She really works. Next up, we have Flurry the hamster. I don't like Flurry's face at all. The colors are okay, but I'm gonna have to give Flurry a D tier. I just don't like. I don't like the face. Like the weird like muzzle on the white just looks really weird and off. The black eyes just look a bit too soulless coming off of the white. You can't really see her blue eyebrows. Like the color palette of her, the white with the little pink accents is nice, but her face just is really off-putting to me. It's really weird. Next up, we have Gala, the pig. Gala's an A tier. I love the face. The face is amazing. I love like the flower type of tattoo things that she has. The eyes are absolutely perfect. Like these are probably the best eyes I have seen on any villager. I love the amount of detail. I love how cute she is. She is a typical pig color, pink, but it works so well. Like the face is just perfect, and I love the little like uniqueness that she has with these flowers. I think it's super nice. Next up, we have Gail the Crocodile. Honestly, I'm gonna give Gail an S tier. Crocodiles don't get a lot of love except for Drago, and I guess a little bit for Gail. Gail is really nice. I love the shades of pink on her. The eyes actually really work with how much is going on in her face. I love the hearts that are strewn about her scales. I love that she's just a very girly girl crocodile. I would take Gail. Like, it's just such a good, like, it's a safe design relatively, even though it's a crocodile, but it's nice. I have absolutely nothing to blame for it, and I would absolutely take Gail. Next up, we have Gladys the Ostrich. Again, the face, super great. I love the eye shape and size. It works really well. The coloring's really nice. A nice like black, white, and red. I think this is a really good design. I'm gonna have to give Gladys a high B tier. There's not enough super special going on. Like the face isn't as great as old Gala right here, but it's almost an A. It's like borderline, very borderline. Next up, we have Jambette. If Jambette it's gonna be a C tier. Nothing super special color-wise. I don't like the amount of lipstick that's on there. The eyes are okay, a bit too smug for my taste, but there's just not enough that I like about this frog. I'm sorry, but no thanks. Next up, we have June the cub. Honestly, I rarely see June. I know she exists, but I rarely see her. I think June is an S tier. June's so adorable, and like the facial proportions work so well, especially for cubs. Sometimes the cubs have really weird proportions. I think this works great. I love the hyacinth that's in her hair. It really, really like makes her pop, like that red going off of her brown and like cocoa, like the shades of brown, basically, like the dark brown of her hair, light brown of her fur, and the really like almost like a tan color of her muzzle make it really pop. It really like brings you to her eyes as well. Like, this is a really smartly designed villager, and I think it's fantastic. Next up we have Kiki, a cat that I think I've only seen once from like other people. Not a fan of the face, to be honest, and it's just a kind of blackish cat. I'm gonna give Kiki a C. I'm not a fan of the cats in general, but I do give credit where credit's due for these villager designs, and there's not enough credit for Kiki. I don't think there's anything super special about Kiki. Next up we have Kit the Kangaroo. I do like the color palette, it's a bit unique. The eyes are a bit odd though. There's not enough going on. I think the kangaroos are probably like some of the most boring designs. There's like a few that are really nice, but for the most part they're super boring. I'm gonna have to give Kit a C tier as well. Next we have Lily the Frog. I love Lily's color palette. A super bright like baby powder blue with a nice pink. The eyes are amazing. Like, these are just like really unique eyes, super shiny. You can see the life in there. Super happy. I'm gonna have to give Lily a solid A tier. So nice. It's not an S tier just because, like, there's only so much you can do with frogs. There's not a super unique color palette or anything like that really like makes them pop. These two right here have stuff that make them pop. The whole like hyacinth being part of her to begin with makes it pop, and the designs of the hearts and stuff like that make it pop. She doesn't really have anything to make her pop. Next up we have Lolly the cat. Now Lolly's a bit more unique with the face. I like this face a lot more than Kiki. The color palette's a bit better as well. It's like a bluish gray with some darker gray tones. I'm gonna give Lolly a low B tier. Nothing super special. I do like the eye and mouth combination, but there's a lot better normal villagers, as you can see. Next up we have Lucy. Lucy's eyes are just not right. The white of them is too small. It looks like they're dead eyes. Like, if you saw these eyes in a dark room staring at you, you'd probably be scared shitless. And just a bit too white. Like, the eyes are just like, I think they're even more scary just because her skin is white, so it makes it pop way more. I'm gonna have to, because of like how weird and creepy her face looks because of that, I'm gonna have to give Lucy a C tier. There's still stuff that works with her. I'm not a huge fan of the hair, but it's not bad. I do like the cheeks and the smile, and the color palette with everything else works pretty well. Just her eyes are just what throw it off. Same thing with Maggie. I love Maggie's color palette and like pattern. It's super like it's super different, and this is like a much better orange. A much better orange. This is the orange that I wish that these two had. But the eyes are really creepy, and the face is not. I mean, the mouth is not the best either. Just because of the color and the actual pattern, they're gonna be a C. If they didn't have the pattern, if it was just a blank color, it'd go down to a D. Next up we have Maple, the cub. One of the cutest cubs as well, but a very safe cub. I'm gonna give Maple an A tier. Very safe, but a really still just a good design. Obviously, like, if you're gonna make a cub villager, you're gonna have to have one that looks like a teddy bear, and that's what Maple is. Maple looks like a teddy bear. Not really that much else to say about Maple, but a really good design nonetheless. Next up we have Marcy the Kangaroos. Now Marcy's a much more unique design just with the face and the hair, but it's still a weird design. You don't really see a mouth. There's not really a nose either, which really throws it off. Because of that, it's going to be a C tier. The nose just really throws it off, but I do like the color, and the hair actually works really well with the color. But the nose, no nose, just really throws it off. Up next, we have Margie. I actually found Margie on my island hopping adventures. I think Margie's a super unique villager. I love like the top coloring. I love the eyes. The eyes work really well, especially with the elephant face. Because of that, Margie is an S tier. I don't know if Peppy's going to have more, but I think normal villagers are going to have the most S tiers. Because up next we have Marina. Marina is automatically an S tier. Marina's such a cute design. She's an octopi, so it's unique. There's only 3 of them. The eyes work really well, even though they're just like little black circles with a little like an eyelash thing. I love her little like hair whip right here. I love the outfit that she comes with, the dreamy sweater. I love the just the yellow cheeks work really well. Like, she's just a really smartly designed octopi. I think basically all the octopi are really well designed. And you kind of rank them high just because there's only 3 of them. Like, they're so fresh and unique. But Marina is like a solid S tier. I don't think I ever want to get rid of Marina on my island. I love Marina way too much. If anything, I might get rid of Zucker at some point, but I love Marina. Now up next, interesting. It looks like in this list we have a villager that doesn't belong, which is her. Let me see who this is really quickly. Oh no, we do. Their name is Megan, but they're not on this list for some reason for villagers that I have. It completely skips Megan. Interesting. I thought Megan was part of a different personality type, but Megan is a normal villager. I swear I ranked her some other time in some other list, but I guess not. I have seen Megan multiple times. Megan is actually on one of my favorite YouTubers' island, and Megan was in my campsite at some point. I do like Megan. There's just something that just puts me off by seeing that cute face on such a big, tall bear. I do think Megan's a really good design. It's a really unique color for bears, like a purplish pink with bright, like crystal blue eyes, a very happy face, low tuft of hair, yellow interior ears. I think Megan's an A tier. Really, really just solid design. Solid design. After Megan, we have Melba the Koala. A typical kind of koala design. Nothing super special, but the face is pretty cute. I'm going to give Melba a B tier. Next up, we have Meringue. Now, for any of you who have watched my past tier list, you guys know I am a sucker for gimmicks. Meringue is an S tier. Meringue is literally a meringue, a strawberry meringue. And she loves cooking and everything. It's perfect. I love that her horn is a strawberry. It's just, it's too good. And like her other horn is like a frosting, like a frosting cone thing. It's just too good. It's too good. It's super creative. It's unique as hell. I love Meringue's design, and I would gladly take Meringue at any point. Next up, we have Midge. I love Midge's colors. I love the cheeks. I don't like the eyes. The eyes are too small. If it's fine to have that design of eyes, but if they're just bigger, they're bigger, then it would be like spot on. It'd be great. Because of that, Midge is gonna go B tier. If the eyes are bigger, easy A tier. Next up, we have Mitzi. I don't think I've ever seen Mitzi. Mitzi has some interesting eyes from what I'm seeing on my reference sheet. I do like the bluish like circle. I like the accents in the ears with like the white right here. I guess this is like a Siamese cat. I'm gonna give Mitzi a B. Nothing super special, but a really decent design. Next up, we have Molly. Molly's an A tier. Probably the cutest duck that you can find Animal Crossing. I know this was the villager that my friend Bean was looking for. And just Molly's just a great design. I saw Molly on my Audie hunting adventures. Molly's just a really solid design. A normal duck, but I love the gradient and the feathers. I love the eyes. The eyes work really well with the duck head and shape. This is the right version of these type of eyes that you need. Unlike this, these are great. I love the rosy cheeks. It just works really well. Super adorable. Super cute. Next up, we have Nana. I do like the colors of Nana, but again, the eyes. The eyes are way too small. But because it's on a monkey face, it's even weirder. It works better on the bird face. It's just a solid like oval type of head or circle. Whereas with the monkeys, it's more of like a weird shape, and so it just makes it look even more off. And because of that, Nana's a C tier. It just looks way weirder. The colors are good, but the face is just... it's way too off for me. Let's see. Next we have Nan the goat, who I guess was supposed to be before Nana. But it's fine. Nan the goat, eyes are a bit too small, a bit too dark in the color palette. You can't really see the eyes. Not a huge fan of the yellow hair. Honestly, I'm gonna give Nan a C tier. I'm not a huge fan of the choices that were made. There's just nothing that makes Nan stand out, especially in the huge like competition that is in this personality type. Next up, we have Norma the Cow, a very pink cow. Relatively smaller eyes. They're not as bad. I wish they were just a little bit further away, just a tiny bit. Like maybe like where the edge of the eye is right here. That should be the center. That's just me. I think this is a pretty solid design, but nothing super special. Nothing that really catches my eye. B tier. B tier for Norma. Next up, we have Olive. I really like Olive's face. Olive is a really nicely designed bear. Or cub, I guess I should say. With a cute little tuft. The eyes aren't anything special. They're not like super like well done like these. And they're not as cute as these. So I'm going to have to give Olive a B tier. Not enough amount of cuteness that can compete with the other cubs. But decent amount. A very decent amount. Except we have Peaches, the horse. Peach's eyes are very unique, and I appreciate that. The coloring is nice, except for the hair. I do like this pinkish purple. Because of how unique the eyes are and the coloring, besides the hair, I'm going to put it as a B tier. But there's nothing else super special about the design. Next up, we have Pekoe. Pekoe. However you pronounce this cub. A tier. I love the face. The hair works really well. I love that the ears are not ears. They're basically like little hair bun covers. I love it. The eyes are fantastic. These are so unique eyes, really detailed. I love how small the little mouth is with like a nice shiny nose with the little like blush. This is super well done. Like, actually, honestly, the more I'm looking at Pekoe, this might be the one of the only times. S tier, actually. I love this design. I like the hair. I like that they use the ears as little like hair buns instead. The face is really well done. The eyes are really great shape for everything that's going on. I love the details in it. I love the positioning of everything, the shape of everything, the size, the blush, the color palette. This is just really good. Honestly, S tier now that I looked at it way more. Next up, we have Poppy the squirrel. Poppy's actually on my island right now. I love Poppy. Adorable as hell. One of the sweetest villagers that you can find. I'm going to give Poppy an A tier. Not an S tier. Because there's not enough going on with Poppy. But I love the coloring. I'm a big fan of red. And Poppy reminds me of a red velvet cake. Just because of her color palette. The eyes are super cute. They're like those stupid cute Pac-Man eyes. I love the outfit that she comes in. It's like a German like lederhosen type of dress. Just a really great great villager. And this doesn't affect the ranking, but I do also love the interior of Poppy's house. If you find her on an island, if she's one of your 3 random villagers that move in after putting a microenvironment, then you won't be able to see her like interior. But Audie's got like full like autumn leaves thing going. Super great villager. Next up we have Rhonda. I like the eye design. I think it's too small for a rhino. The hair is a bit too far back for my taste, but the coloring's really nice. I'm gonna have to give it a C tier. There's just way too much that's wrong with this that I just don't like. Not a huge fan. Now we have Sally. Sally's got a very smug face. But it's very plain, very basic. Colors like just a kind of like a normal squirrel. I'm gonna give Sally a B tier, not more I can say. Next we have Sandy. I'm not a huge fan of Sandy's color. Looks like orange juice. The eyes are decent size. I don't think the orange goes well with the gray and white for the rest of the body. So I'm gonna give Sandy a C tier. Next we have Skye the Wolf. So the one thing I don't really like about Skye is the eye type. I think it's very weird, but I love the coloring. I love like the hues of it. I think it just works really well, and the spacing of the eyes works really well for the wolf head. I'm gonna give Skye a B. Probably one of the lower wolves. It's just the eye shape and style is just not working for me. But I do love Skye nonetheless. Next we have Stella. I love Stella's colors. It's like a deep purple with some lighter like pinks and like some like very, very light like grayish green with some like tan for the horns. I think this is a solid B tier. Nothing super special, nothing super unique, no like really cool gimmicks, but it's a solid design. Now we're coming to the end. We have Sydney the Koala. I do like the naming conventions of a lot of these villagers. They tend to just name them based on what animal they are. It's like we had Melba as Melbourne and like Sydney as in Sydney, Australia. Because obviously koalas. I do like the purple color palette. Not a huge fan of the orange nose. The face is okay. Nothing super special. I think the eyes are just a bit too off for my taste. But koalas typically have small eyes regardless. Which is a shame. I'm not a huge fan of the super small eyes for the most part. I'm going to give Sydney a B tier with the koala sister. Nothing super great. Oh, we're actually missing a villager here, apparently. We are missing a villager. The person who made this tier list is a villager, so I will say where this villager goes once we come to it, because there's actually 3 left. There's one in between these 2. We have Savannah the Squirrel. I think Savannah is an A tier. I love the unique like pattern. It looks like a mask. It works really well with the eye shape and design. The color palette's really nice. It's like a nice like white, offish white with a nice like greenish brown, I guess is what I would say. It looks really nice. I really like the portion. Everything looks really good. So what should be right before Vesta the Sheep would be Tia, the elephant. The elephant that's supposed to be like a teapot. Tia would be S tier. I love the gimmick. A very beautiful, beautiful elephant design. For some reason, they're not on this tier list, which is a shame. But it would be an S tier. And now we have Vesta the Sheep. I do like the colors. The face is really unique. I do think this very simple face really works with the Black Void. I'm going to give Vesta an A. The face is just unique enough that bumps it up from a B to an A. So there we go. So Tia would be an S tier. So how many S tiers do I have in this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would have 8 S tiers with Tia if this person actually had Tia's picture on here. But this is my ranking for the normal villager archetype. We have one more villager personality type that we need to rank, and it is probably going to be the hardest one for me, which is going to be Peppy. We'll see though. This one was really hard to rank. There are so many great villagers in the normal archetype, so many well-designed ones. Like, you can just see how many A's and B tiers are, and just how many S tiers are is very evident. There's just so many well-designed ones. I think there's so many great choices in the normal villager archetype. It's really nice. It's a really, like, great selection to choose from. But anyway, guys, just want to remind you, this is completely my opinion, and it's alright if you guys have a different S tier. And like I say in every single tier list, let me know who your S tier is for this personality type. I'm always curious to know. I'm always interested to know what everyone's like favorite villager is and favorite villager for personality. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. If you're new to my channel, I make Animal Crossing related content every Monday and Ruby reactions every Friday. I stream every once in a blue moon on Twitch if you want to go follow me on there. Link is down in the description. And if you already subscribed to this channel, hit that bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. YouTube has been acting up a lot lately, where I've been getting notifications like a week after a video goes live for people I'm subbed to. And sometimes like I don't see the video in my subscription box. So if you're missing my videos and like you're wondering like, hey, how come this guy isn't uploading? I have been. Just hit the bell and you'll be able to know. YouTube just messes up all the time. This isn't me like hounding you and like trying to trick you into hitting the bell. This is honestly just a problem that YouTube has had for just ages that I've been experiencing a lot more in the past month. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next video. And as always, hope you all have a good morning, afternoon, and evening. Goodbye, everyone.